We live? Of course we're live. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. I hope everybody's well and safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course good night, depending on who you are and wherever you're living in this world and whatever time zone, your country operates from. I hope you're well and safe. It's Wednesday, we're at the halfway point. I hope you're moving closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, and aspirations. And if you haven't accomplished those, like I said, you're at least a week ago, you're closer than you was. That's what we're about here, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button as usual, people. Get it in. Bit of a slow news day, but we've got some things to talk about regardless. Shout out to England, Bukayo Saka and the boys, we're through to the next round. Shout out to Raheem Sterling. As I've said, and DG podcast to land shortly after this, people. As I've said, you could probably imagine the Daily Mail and all of those. They've probably taken Jamaican-born Raheem Sterling. They're taking the Jamaican-born bit out now because he's actually done something successful. Despite the fact he's currently a top goal scorer going into the competition. But anyways, people, lovely togetherness from all of them. Please make sure you check out the DG merchandise as well. Links have been dropped in here. It feels a bit weird that really there's no, after this stream, at least for the next couple of days until we hit Friday, there's going to be no Euro watch-alongs and things. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I like the break. But at the same time, yeah, man, it feels like we're missing. So, yeah, make sure you're getting your hoodies, tees, and the rest of it. And shout out to Liam as well, who added me on his Instagram story and showed me what he copped. So I hope you're well and safe, man. I'm too gassed for Sterling. I'm gassed for all the IC3s, man. I'm gassed for Grealish as well. Gassed for all of them, man. Calvin Phillips. I like them bunch of players, man. I like the togetherness and you want them all to do well. I'm not going to lie, especially the London boys and the IC3s and, people that come from realities like myself. I know Rashford's from Manchester, but Rashford, Sterling, these guys, I want them to do well, especially Saka. I want them to do well, especially. You could already see Saka, the Wolves are out already. They was already looking at the houses he's buying. Sterling, they're onto him. So it's a bit of a long one in that regards, man. Like I said, DG podcast out now on Spotify and the rest of it. For you YouTube latecomers, it'll be out later today. People have actually just got to click the button, really, and it's out. But there's a bit of admin things to do there in that regards, man. Before we get into everything, where's that? Let me make sure all the stories are next to each other. That's the last one I want to speak about. What's all that? Put that one there. Delete that. And it's all calm, really and truly, man. My man said, congrats, lads. I didn't think you had it in you, bro. Of course we got it in us, man. Hopefully we can do what it needs to be done against the Ukrainians, man. Liked up the stream and I found £5 on the ground today. You see, you hit the like button. Good things start happening. We're going to get into the transfer business in a second, people. SP, I salute you as well, man. Like he said, smash the like. On the topic of the like button, people, I just want to say thank you to you lot because obviously, like you can see here, this is from my YouTube account. I meant to speak about this yesterday, but clearly I started waffling. When I ask you to like and do these things, it's not for show. It's not for the sake of it. With you guys, we're getting more views from YouTube's recommendation. The DG Nation's getting out there. Every like you hit plays with the algorithm. Literally, the algorithm's like X amount of hitting the like. Maybe these guys with the same viewing taste like it. So you lot are getting it out there. That was yesterday, people. Today is the latest one, which is the one behind. As you lot can see, great news. Your videos got more views from YouTube's recommendations because of you guys. Your channel got 5,000. Basically, let's just call it 5,036,000 people, which is more than the 3 to 4.5 that I normally get within a 28-day period. So some of that obviously has to be attributed to the Euros, but the bulk of it, in fact, it is all of you lot. So thank you very much for that. Unless you lot support the thing, it can't be done. So I'm not asking you to hit the like button for show. You lot are pushing out the thing. So like I said, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for getting me to 37,000. I appreciate all the support, man. Like I said, I'm not just saying it because it's the good thing to say, man. I hope you're doing well and safe. Sun is out today, DG. Big up. I hope you're not talking about the newspaper. If you're talking about the actual sun, I can't say the same over here in the UK, but it might as well be shining. Gaza man Sterling did his business and the rest of England went through. Before we get into everything, what are you lot saying, man? 70 of you in here. Make sure you're hitting that like button, man. Don't know what YouTube's trying to tell me. Have a great day, DG. Have a great day, everyone. Big up DG always with the great content. Bernard, I appreciate that. You the same. What's good? Kieran has asked, what's good? I'm good, my guy. I've had a good sleep. Feel buzzing because England went through and Saka did all right. It's all calm, man. It's all calm. So yeah, man, I hope you're all well and safe as well. One of you lot said contract extension for Saliba. Is that some new news, or are you talking about the actual thing? We'll get into that in a sec, man. Come on, people, we're moving. You see what I'm saying? Chase Golden imperative views, exactly, man. I appreciate you. Yes, it's not just said for. It's not just said for show. Better yet, man. I hope you're all blessed as well. And like I said, thank you very much for the support, man. Sorry, I have to say, but it ain't coming home, bro. It might not be coming home, but for today, it is, in it. We're vibesing. Let's take every game as it comes, in it. It would be like England to lose to Ukraine, but let's deal with that on Friday, Saturday, whenever it is, in it. We dumped out the Germans. Nobody wants it with us, man. Let's see where it is, man. Agent Gabriel trying to do a madness. Agent Gabriel trying to get Renato at the Emirates, bro. You see, Gabriel, yeah, we're going to get into it, but he's on it all, man. He's on all of that. Touch your nose if this guy is signing. He loves the socials, man. Gabriel loves the socials. I don't know if I love him doing the socials, but it is what it is. So, yeah, Saturday, Friday, whenever it is, however they want it, my guy, they're getting ripped. I told you I told you England was beating Germany. I ain't going to lie to you. You know, and we're doing the business in the next round. But let's get into the transfer business. Where should we start? What article is this? I want to start with the nonsense first, to be honest with you people. So I know Xhaka has been playing quite well in the Euros. I don't quite think he's good enough to, you know, be playing for Juventus and all of those sort of things, people. But he's been linked with Juventus nonetheless, as well as Roma, you know, as we already know. But let's cover that one first and foremost. Sorry, people, was doing up timestamp. Let's cover the nonsense first. Where is the nonsense? Here we go, people. Well, I might say here we go. Sound like Fabrizio Romano, man. But here we are, man. So yeah, there we go. Exclusive. Xhaka wants Roma. Juventus at the window. Now, Google Translate probably ain't doing these people nice, people. It's not going to make much sense to me. But as you lot can see here, people, the greatest evidence provided yesterday by Switzerland, and in particular by Granit Xhaka, has increased the admirers for the Swiss, I'm just going to say international, as learned by Calcio Mercato. Also, Juventus has set his sights on the medium of Arsenal. Again, apparently, especially if they continue the difficulties in closing the Operation Locatelli with Sassuolo, Xhaka's entourage continues to collect interest and is strong from an agreement already found between his client and Roma. The Swiss number 10 wants Roma, but cannot wait for them forever. Also, according to what has been learned from our editorial staff, the latest offer of Roma is 12 million euros plus 3 million in bonuses. Arsenal, as reiterated in the last few hours, is adamant it takes at least 20 million cash. From that threshold, you do not go down. It's up to Roma to try close the deal. Now, what you see there is, first and foremost, I thought Roma to Xhaka's more or less a done deal is happening. I thought, you know, after the Euros, if and when Switzerland go out, you'll see more progress. I think it's been done. I don't know that from anywhere because I don't know Xhaka's advisors. I don't know any of the transfer people, but I think it's done. I think this Juventus one is nonsense. It goes with, obviously, Roma fans, Italian football fans. I'm sure they've been watching Xhaka a bit more. I swear he played Switzerland as well. They've probably been watching him a bit more because he's going there. And obviously, you're hearing Juventus are trying to, you know, along with an obligation to buy for Locatelli. So that's probably where the bulk of it comes from, people. I don't think there's any, and obviously probably because he bossed it against France. Apart from that, I don't think there's any logical reason. I'm not being funny, but Juventus need to get rid of a couple of midfielders and arguably bring in some. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Granit Xhaka is gonna be that guy for Juventus. I think it's all set up well for him to thrive in Italy. You know, the game is slower. I don't even buy into that game is slower stuff for Xhaka. I just think with Italy, for all his mistakes, Italy or Italians, they have an appreciation for midfielders who aren't necessarily getting goals and assists. Don't get twisted, they love it, but there's more to life than that. So I can't really see this. Like he said, he wants to play for Jose Mourinho. It seems like the Roma deal is done and he'll be going to Rome. And I know he's from Switzerland, but I've got an Italian friend and we were speaking about Italy, and apparently, you know, there's, you know, Italy is quite close to Albania. There's a lot of Albanian guys there and whatnot. I know Xhaka is playing for Switzerland, but is he not of Albanian heritage? So I wonder if that also entices him to want to play in Italy, because I don't know how heavy. I'd imagine Albania right next to Italy. They must watch all football, but must have had you know, Italian football TV and stuff. So maybe there is some legs to it, but for what it's worth, I don't think it's happening. I think Xhaka will be a Roma player. For us though, listen, I don't really listen. The man's 29 and he said he wants to go. So our position is weakened, but Arsenal shouldn't be getting 12 million plus 3 million in bonuses. We should at least be getting 20, maybe even a bit more off the back of what he's doing for Switzerland. And we're in a position of strength. We've got 2 years left. Obviously, if he says he wants to go, you can't have unhappy players. But, you know, I don't think we should be going lower. You know, I don't think many Arsenal fans were saying throw a bit more zeros on that. I think you're being a bit naive, but we definitely shouldn't be losing money on Xhaka. We, you know, say to Roma, put up or shut up, or try and get his advisors or Edu or whatever to work on other clubs, whether that's, you know, because he might be on Roma now. A year ago, he was on going to Hertha Berlin, back to Germany. So if they don't put up and shut up, him and his advisors and Arsenal, let's go and work on moving him elsewhere. But in relation to Granit Xhaka to Juventus, it's probably nonsense. It's not happening, is it? So we're just going to have to leave it at that, people, really and truly. What are you lot saying? Please make sure you're hitting the like button. We're going to get into Saliba next. I say we're going to get into Saliba. I need to actually make sure I can see Saliba's stuff. So here we go. What's this? Oh, this is the Locatelli one. Please don't be an Italian. Right, it's not translating, people. So we're not going to talk about that. But apparently, Arsenal are back in for Locatelli off the back of your hearing struggles with Juventus. But it's not going to happen, is it? Like, he will be a Juventus player. We know we've allegedly made an offer, look, 3 weeks ago, and all of these things were allegedly onto him, and all of these things. We heard he agreed personal terms with Juventus. Let's just click on this because, again, the article I actually wanted was not available. So, like I said, I would love Locatelli. He was a bit unfortunate to be dropped, but, you know, you got to buy Locatelli before it gets to the Euros. You've got to see that he's had a great spell at Sassuolo this season in particular, and moving. Then you've probably arguably got to go for him when he looks damaged goods at AC Milan, because he has been on the scene for a while. And this is where I think people need to allow footballers to develop and grow and things, because he come on the scene at AC Milan. People probably said he's not good, he's overrated, he's this, he's that, and the third. And now they're probably singing his praises. Such is life and such is football, man. For what it's worth, apparently Arsenal are still interested in Manuel Locatelli and have asked about his availability to Sassuolo in recent days, although the midfielder is likely to remain in Italy. According to the Athletic, Arsenal have inquired about Locatelli, although the Premier League giants have made no official offer. Scrolling down, people, while Locatelli remains a viable target, Mikel Arteta seemingly prefers someone with ample experience in the Premier League. Boy, it is what it is. He's floated Ruben Neves' name. So we know Locatelli is not signing for us, people. You know, like you say, he would prefer to stay in Italy, and Juventus are an attractive proposition. So Juventus want you go there, innit? And there's a chance to, you know, be managed by Allegri as well, that can improve you as a footballer. And obviously, the more you stay in Italy and play for Juventus, you're going to grow and keep growing in stature at your club. So if it's not Juventus, it should be Inter Milan. But I would love him. It's not going to happen, though, is it? So we've got to leave that. Let's keep it short and sweet in that one, people. That was amazing, weren't it? You know, we already know Locatelli is not signing for this football club. Nonetheless, he still gets linked with us. But I wouldn't mind Xhaka leaving and Locatelli entering. I'm sure not many of you would disagree with that. But whether it happens is another thing. Please, as I said, make sure you're hitting the like button, folks. What are you guys saying? Let's start clicking off things as we go along. So, yeah, man, that was that. We're going to get into Saliba in just a second, folks, man. But, you know, I feel like I'm doing you lot dirty. What are you lot saying in the comments, man? Leicester posted Daka on their IG 30 minutes ago. I did see that, my guy, Didi, but it's not even relevant to Arsenal. Shout out to them for acting early, doing the business and getting things done. How the hell did you get 40 million for a Iwobi? Bro, whoever did it deserves a pay rise. But it's about finessing. It's about finesse. Football is not about ability anymore. It's about what you can hustle, you know. What did we see thingy as well? Who got bumped? I like Sigurdsson, but Everton paid 50 million for Sigurdsson. Brother, that's not, my maths is poor, but that's 90 million on Sigurdsson and Iwobi. They're not bad players, but come on now. Do you get it? Same way we're probably paying a bit over for Ben White or Ramsdale if it happens. Do you get it? So it's that, man. Xhaka is not as bad as people make out. He's definitely not. He's not as good as some of his fanboys make out. He's not as bad as people make out. He's just not levels that we need, in my opinion, at least not to be the main player. And it's a bit like we put people in positions with boots they can't really fill. Like Xhaka had a decent season, is better than people give him credit for, does lead, but he shouldn't be a starting regular, in my opinion, where if you've got 38 games, if he's fit, he's probably playing all 38 and things. And, you know, that should never be the case. I think you're building it on glass, you're building your defense or your foundation or your midfield on the sand, really. So yeah, he's definitely not as bad as people make out, man. What else he said? Juventus can't seriously want Xhaka. I don't think we need to worry about that, man. I don't think we need to worry. Juventus, especially now, everyone's got to watch their pennies. I don't think they're going to waste money or time on this link, man. Bro, Solanke, bro, it's what you can hustle, man. It won't be 40 million. I think it was 28 with add-ons, and bearing in mind, Terry, shout out to you as an Everton fan. No way he's earning them add-ons. To be fair, even 28, I'll take that, man. I will take that. I will take that. You know, that's probably the only decent business, and probably Ox in hindsight as well. But we didn't even want to sell Ox. We had to make a move. He wanted to go. There isn't too many other examples of Arsenal doing good in terms of outgoings. Shout out to Rafa Benitez. I spoke about that on my podcast. Shout out to the people on Apple Music and Spotify. It will be out after this on YouTube. I need to press a couple buttons and them things there. And then it's out, man. Big up yourself, Neil. What have we got here? Dow Square said, morning, DG. Loved your watch along last night, bro. Big up all the England players marching us out of lockdown. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate everyone who did. I appreciate everyone who enjoyed the watch along, man. I don't appreciate that the Henny's finished, though, but we keep moving, man. Brewster with the UCL tax. A lot of people say that, but I think people forget, at least Brewster, a lot of people look at Brewster and Eddie, and there are examples of people who have barely played first team football and gone elsewhere, but at least Brewster had the little Swansea spell. He scored a couple of goals together with Liverpool, who are better negotiators in terms of bringing in players and selling players than us. But yeah, man, it's about what you can hustle, without a doubt, man. I have a feeling Xhaka was played by so many managers for non-sporting reasons. I hear that, my guy, but at the same time, you have to give credit where due, man. There has to be a reason, and ultimately why people have failed, I guess, but why he gets in the team. I just think he's of a position. He's just put him. It's a bit like Giroud. Giroud's a good player. Suddenly, if you play him all the time and rely on 20 league goals from him, it's not going to happen, is it? We keep putting people in boots that they're going to struggle to fill and whatnot, man. Big up my guy T Amazing. Seeing DG celebrate his league win was a weekend highlight. Not gonna lie, big up my brother. Come on, shout out to Wrong. It's lovely beating the scum, man. You know who they are. I don't even need to talk on them peasant football team names anymore. Them and there do the chatting on the Instagrams. We take the cups in it. You know, shout out to Highgate Albion because they took the cup off them, man. We took the lead. So the league. So yeah, man, them and there talk like they got a squad of Barcelona. Boy, them man are bottlers coming like Germany yesterday. Bottlers. This guy plays with semi-pro and this guy scored at Wembley. Shut up, man. Scored at Wembley. He couldn't do that at Enfield playing fields. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Them man, they're only good when they got their little fans piping up in the crowd and that. They can't play ball. But let's not talk on them duds anymore, man. Anything awkward. We done rusty. We done rusty, in fact. We done rusty. Come on, man. Talk to me about all that nonsense. But yeah, shout out to Wrong and shout out to the gaffers, shout out to Marius, you know, Toby, Reese, you know, Captain H, you know, all the other guys that are there and whatnot, man. It's invincible and that. You know the thing. Come on, man. And for any awkward player that's watching, don't watch that, man. There's chance for trophies. Come join the winning thing. Come join it. You could be like me. I was struggling to win trophies, and now look. Trophies.
What have you got there?
Oh, a trophy. I didn't get this at my last club. Hey, I'm beaten. And we took your unbeaten thing. Hey. Get out of here, man. Hey, Leonard, you got me started, team, man. You got me started. But we talk the talk. We don't even talk. We walk it. Them man, they're talking. You know, doing TikToks and them thing there. Where's the TikToks and the Instagrams and the Twitter tweets and, you know, man, you can go on the Instagram page now. Man are saying it's all or nothing the day before. Well, I guess it was for nothing. I'm not seeing no follow-up Instagram posts and the chatting. In fact, I am. If you go on Barnett's Instagram, you see sour people in the comments, you know, grown men at 7 a.m., not even putting their kids on the school run. They're chatting nonsense. Shout out to them, man, though. But let's get back to the football. There's 200 odd people locked in. I appreciate that. But can we please make sure that's correlating to the like button? We still have not even touched over 100 likes yet, so we're moving terrible in this regards, people. Appreciate all you lot showing the love, man. Hey, Marius, come on, bro. How long we celebrating, bro? We're celebrating forever, bro. We're invincible, bro. Regardless what happens next season and all of those things, bro. We made history, bro. But bro, just for the fact that we took the invincible thing off them because they were talking crud. Yo, DG, you looking swell. I'm looking skinny, and then I ain't been gym in a sec, but get me. Putting a little bit of size, you get me? You never know when someone might try and put a YouTuber on a t-shirt, man. So it has to be, man. DG leaving for trophy, so Campbell thing. More trophies than Spurs. Come on, more trophies than Kane. Brother, Kane, I know you might get the Euros. I know you did your thing yesterday, but come join Wrong'uns, my guy. There's a spot for you still, you know. And anyone who's a baller and you're local, you don't even have to be local, but if you're a baller, come to the thing, man. We're in the Premier Division now, man. That's rising ballers. In fact, they're got no league. I don't know if it's still gonna be them. Takers, shout out them. All them sort of teams there. We're gonna need our team set, but we're gonna need 1-2 summer signings. You get it, like. You know, ideally, you know, don't if you're a fullback, don't come in it. Come, man, need game time in it. I'm not trying to compete for my spot. I need that game time. But let's keep going, man. Hey, big up Marius. Hey, I'm happy for you, man, because you lot built it from the fucking bottom, man. Remember Edmonton days were playing in Jubilee and all them things, and we've calmed down with the drillers and the drilling on people, and we're a bit more calmer now. The league wanted to rub out the team. Bro, this team, bro, Wrong has been through a lot still. Been through a lot, man. Been through a lot, but we keep going, man. We keep going. We keep going. We keep going, man. More trophies than Kane. Kane's welcome to join the team. But yeah, man, let's carry on with Saliba still. Let's get into the Saliba business, man. 20 minutes and 40 seconds here. Let's get into Saliba. Now, it's best I just read the article first, man. What happened to my voice? Read the article first, man. What happened there? I don't know what accent that was or why my voice came out like that. You know, I've lost my voice in the celebrations. Maybe I was a Mancunian or something in a past life, man. Right back. That's probably Liverpool. But anyways, William Saliba's agents meeting with Arsenal's chief Edu as Gunners closing on Ben White. Arsenal defender could leave the club again this summer. Like, I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record, but I do not mind Saliba going out on loan. If he can go somewhere, whether that's Newcastle, ideally Newcastle or someone in the Prem, I would rather him get 20, 30 games. If you're not going to get that at Arsenal, go get that. So you build on the confidence you've found at Nice, and then you do that. And obviously in the Prem, you get more confident because, yeah, you're doing it in France. And I'm not the guy who says, you know, Liga, Prem, you can do it there, you can't do it here and all of that stuff. My point being, you want to play in England because you moved to Arsenal. You play in the league. It makes you more comfortable. There's always that sort of nervousness until you've been blooded in. So for me, playing at Newcastle would help him a lot. He would learn a lot. You know, with respect to Newcastle, 9 times out of 10, their backs are against the wall. So he'd have to learn to focus. Me personally, I said it yesterday and I want to say it again. You know, Ben White, I think we should be looking, if Saliba has to go out on loan, I think Saliba should be going to Thingy, man. Saliba, I think he should be going to what's his face, man? Brighton. I personally think he should be going to Brighton personally because he would learn a lot. You've got Graham Potter, who is a great manager in terms of development and playing well. He'd learn a lot from Dan Burn if he's still there. Duffy, if he doesn't, you know, I swear Duffy isn't going to sign permanently for Celtic. Dunk as well. And obviously the system. I said it yesterday, but what did we sit here and hear? Oh, Ben White was part of the Brighton team who, when you get past a certain point in the league, they've kept X amount of clean sheets. Now, obviously, we've been keeping clean sheets, but that doesn't mean Ben White's going to come here and bring that. That shows us something to build upon. My point to that is clearly there's a good system defensively at Brighton. There's an emphasis on defending. There's an emphasis on defending properly as well as playing attractive football. And you see they play free at the back. They do different things. So I think that would be a great education for Saliba personally, as I do think playing with the Newcastle fans would be. So I think you should be loaning Saliba to the Prem. He's been linked with Southampton, Newcastle. I'm on that. Primarily, I'd love him to stay at Arsenal first choice, but I would be sending him to Brighton. I don't think it's going to happen, really. And for Saliba, obviously playing at the Olympics, he's not going to have a pre-season. So that rules out the whole training under Arteta, seeing what you can do. He might come back to the Emirates temporarily while he sorts out a move. But yeah, man. And obviously, I hope playing in the Olympics, for what it's worth, gives him some confidence, man. And, you know, Gnabry went there, got his confidence and never looked back. Hopefully, we're able to benefit. I don't think it's the end of the world if Saliba goes on loan. Equally, I do, because I want to see the guy play for Arsenal. And what scares me is not the fact that he's gone on loan again to St. Etienne, that he's gone on loan to Nice, that he could go on loan again. It's the development plan, because you don't have, it just seems like we're like, all right, cool. He's got potential to be a good player in the future, you know. Ideally, we should be licking our lips and saying, Saliba, if you could play your position, you, Jules Okonde, all you guys could scheme on centre-back places next year. I know you all saw the France game and how that back three was playing, Pavard, if you count him in his natural position. So we should be looking at that. It's like we just sign a man that we hear's got potential and just think just by buying him, he's going to reach it. You know, when you don't loan him out last summer, when you mess around in those months, not giving him any league football, any Europa League, and you're giving it to Mustafi and all these things, you're playing catch up. So for me, it's just a plan. I want to see proactiveness. If the plan is to keep William Saliba, Make it abundantly clear from the start. If he's to go on loan, yes, I know it's complicated because he's at the Olympics and things, but sort it out early. Don't let this be one of them that end of August we're scrambling trying to find things and things like that. So yeah, man. But actually scrolling with the article, as you lot can see, well, you all saw Saliba's agent yesterday go into Arsenal for talks, as you would expect. But apparently William Saliba's agent is today, which was yesterday, sorry. William Saliba's agent today is meeting with Arsenal technical director Edu to hold talks over the defender's future. According to reports, Saliba's agent posted a picture on his Instagram this afternoon, appearing to show he had arrived at a meeting. Reports say he was at Highbury House ahead of speaking to Edu, which, you know, Edu's the technical director. You're not quite the manager, but you should be telling us how you see Saliba in year 1, 2, and 3. And just, if I'm his agent, I want some damn clarity, because you've arguably brought me here under false pretenses. You know, if they told Saliba when you signed that we think you can be a player for the future, but you're not levels right now, which Edu and Arteta weren't there, that's fair enough. But the whole thing has changed, and for a young man, he must feel like he's been hoodwinked. He's been linked with AC Milan. He's linked with that toilet, that club down the lane, and he might have even got game time there. There's a bunch of other options. He could have arguably stayed at St. Etienne, but he chose us. For me, I'd rather hear what Arteta has to say. I'd feel, Edu can speak on behalf of Arteta or can relay things, and he is the chief director. But for me, I want to hear from Arteta's mouth. And I think Arteta, if I don't know, because he hasn't said it, I think Arteta owes it to himself as a manager to do things the right way. And I think you should have been at that meeting, if it's physically possible, with Saliba, or you need to have meetings, because you keep hearing Saliba was told last season. He hasn't been told specifically what to improve. You need clarity, If he might be just inventing it in his head that they want me to leave and things, but uncertainty creates these doubts. Tell him, man, I think your levels, but right now you're not in it. And right now I can't, you could even say, which I think is the case, I can't lie, you can be part of the squad, but I look at it, Gabriel's there, we're bringing in Ben White, Holding's done okay. I think you can chuck it to Holding, but he's done okay. Marie's probably cool to sit on the bench, and so is Chambers. That's 5 man, bro. There's no European football. There's 40 games on paper right now, two in cups if we don't go through. He's probably saying, you know what, all right, bro, you need to go on loan. You could stay and play and stuff, but I think you'd benefit from going somewhere where it's 20, 30 games specifically minimum. And I hear that. That's why, although I wanted him to stay and not go to St. Etienne, I understood it. Although I think he should have got game time last season, I understood the Nice thing. And again, I just think he needs clarity. So for me, if I'm not hearing from the manager, I'd feel some sort of way. Like I said, Edu can relay as much as he wants, and arguably it's Edu who needs to have this, because he's the technical director. Arteta's the head coach. The technical director should be, it's Arteta's job it's a complicated one, but it's his job to filter through what players he wants and doesn't want. But Edu needs to know how players are shaping up. Martinelli in year 1, Martinelli, Saliba, all these other young players are looking like this. This is what we want for them. We're doing this in the window. So I think Saliba is due being told what the club's plans for him are, short, medium, and long term, what the club plan to do in terms of a defender. I wouldn't be phased out Saliba, because we have this habit of signing a centre-half every year and we're still screaming it. As we know, he's still yet to make an appearance for the first team, despite being an Arsenal fan, despite the club making a whole big song and dance with the videos, despite being signed for 27 million at a time where we're allegedly broke. So we have to justify that. If Saliba goes without kicking a ball at this club, someone has to justify that mismanagement, whether they're at the club now or not. So yeah, man, I'm not going to keep up with the basics and whatnot. Again, that was the Instagram post, so he deserves that. Again, he's only 20, so it's not the end of the world if he goes out on loan. He's 20, I want to know what we're doing for him at 20 that's going to help shape him up at 21. At 21, what we're doing to turn him into a madman at 23. And then for me, it's all about 26 plus, because that's where I want you to be a France international. That's where I want you to be a leader. That's where I want all of the rough edges patched out of his game, and it's only going to happen with clarity. And for me, I haven't really seen that at Arsenal. We heard we've got individual coaches now. We heard Arteta is very hands-on, and it's not, and I understand it. You can't just dedicate all the time to him. But just the monkey on my back is the same could be said about Nelson, Saliba, Maitland, all of these sort of young players. Martinelli, I haven't seen one specifically given a chance on, or someone of that nature. So I don't think he'll be sold, but at the end of the day, I don't know. All options have to be on the table. I personally think he's going to go out on loan again, which isn't the end of the world. And then hopefully he gets it going next season. I would like him to stay this year. I would like him to get more game time ahead of Marie, Chambers, and Holding. But realistically, they're all significantly more experienced than him. And obviously he's playing at the Olympics. So, so is Gabriel, to be fair, but he could have maybe bagged a little space there. It's not going to happen. You know, you've had a good spell at Nice, get your confidence. Olympics, get your confidence. You know, hopefully you get a Premier League loan. You know, if it's up to me, you'd enter this season as the third choice centre half. Then it's down to you. You know, I'll probably give it towards Gabriel and Holding at this moment in time. You know, assuming Ben White don't sign. Obviously, if Ben White signed, then probably Saliba would be fourth. And then, you know, you got from now till January to earn a spot for me. If you don't earn it, then it's a loan thing. But and he's got there's no need to panic, in my opinion. But not over Saliba. He'll reach his potential, in my opinion. Whether he does it here is another thing. There's every reason to panic over the clarity in what we're doing and the proactiveness. You know, again, he signed in 2019, 2 years ago. I don't know how long's left on his deal, but ironically, surely we've got to be considering giving him a new deal, even if the future isn't here. You know, he's gone to Nice and reminded guys what he's on. He goes to the Olympics, he'll get more advisors. He goes on loan, he excels again. We need to sort out what we're doing. When is his contract actually up, people? William Saliba contract. Signed a 5-year deal. I hope there's some option or something there as well. What's this? Current contract. When's it ending though? So, yeah, you get the point, man. Anyways. So, yeah, he's there until 23, 24. So, you'd imagine in the next couple of things we've got to decide, man. But, yeah, like I said, I really want Saliba to be part of this thing. Saliba, Saka, Tierney, Gabriel Martinelli. By God's grace, Balogun can show he can be a squad player or first teamer. You know, Smith-Rowe, without saying. I want all of these guys to form part of the squad. Some of them are going to be regulars, first team on the team sheet, shirt sellers. Some men are going to be squad guys, and I think Saliba can be part of it. It's down to him. Has he been given all the tools? No, because it's down to him, but he hasn't been given a chance. But at the same time, I don't agree with all this talk about you got to throw him in, you got to throw him in. You got to throw him in at the deep end. That's why if he's not playing, loan him out. I want to see Saliba in uncomfortable circumstances. How are you going to develop as a defender? I want to see all of that. 292 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. So let's see what happens. But for what it's worth, I think we should be, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. All right, cool. You know what, Brighton, we'll give you what you want. Take Saliba for a year from us, pattern him up, and we keep doing our thing. Throw in Basuma if you want, but that's how I feel in relation to Saliba, man. Anyways, man, to be fair with you, I got a love-hate relationship with Saliba on Football Manager. Really, he had to do a little loan thing for me as well before I really gave him a chance. You know, what was it? The year he came back from his loan spell on my Football Manager, I gave him a chance. 5 games doing amazing, and then we lost the FA Cup. We lost in the FA Cup quarter-final or something like that. He had an injury, but he came back and he was terrible. After that, I'm one of them, man, in Football Manager people. Once you play rubbish for me, you lose my faith still. But yeah, please make sure you're hitting the like button. 300 odd of you locked in. How many likes have we got? 128. Musk can get 200 people. And this is it, my guy. He's still young, but there has to be clarity, especially after the remarks about not getting a chance. Clarity is everything. This is it. Clarity, you know. This is where you're at. That's where, because you can't complain. If Arteta tells him what you need to perform at, what these men are doing, because that's what they should say. Arteta should be there and be like, all right, cool. Whether you agree with it or not, Gabriel, Ben White, Holding, Chambers, Marie, them men are ahead of you. Why are they ahead of you? Don't just say experience. Why are they ahead of you? They do this better than you. They do that better than you. They're more better than you at this. This is what you need to improve. This is what you need to do to get ahead of them. Then it's down to him. If you give man clarity, boom, you take it from there. So I just think I share your opinion. For me, it's just about clarity. It's just about clarity. And especially for us, if we want to be, you know, farmers in that Saliba, Gabriel, Martinelli, Saka, we're planting these little crops and we want to see them harvest. It's how you do it. You ain't going to just put a mango seed in the floor and just think, oh, well, the rain might help you, but yeah, it's going to do its job. You're going to look after it, aren't you? Or if you're growing cherries or chilies or something, you have to look after it, or avocados, or it's going to be rubby. You know, it seems like we're just planting things and expecting things to happen. And the problem is there's so much to do at this football club. I don't know if there's someone that's going to make this a priority, because I don't think one player's football future should or development should be a priority, but there should be people at the club that's their priority. There should be a coach. Saliba, but forget what Arsenal doing in the season. You are Saliba FC for a year. You are Martinelli FC for a year. You are Balogun for a year, because that's what I want to see with Balogun as well. Balogun, you're good at this, you're good at that. Lacazette and Aubameyang ahead of you. They're better than you at, not just the obvious. They're better than you at this. This is what you need to do, because that's what Chelsea do with their young players. Chelsea are sick with this academy thing, you know. I rate what Chelsea do with this thing, because they even players out on loan. They will tell a man. They'll give you reports when you go on loan. That player is ahead of you. This is what you do well and bad. This is what they do well and bad. This is what they do better than you. This is what you need to do to get in that team. This is what you need to do to that when you get that chance and you get in that team to stay there. clarity. Then it's down to the players. Leave nothing to chance, you know. I wonder how the players feel. Saliba must feel like the fans. He's, well, I've come here, you know, people, it's football, innit? Managers and people leave, but I don't know what's going on. Personally, I think Arteta rates him. I think Arteta is doing his thing and all the things I've said, but at the same time, I think Arteta just said, you're not my guy, innit? You're not my signing, dead, innit? And to be fair to you, I don't understand why, and I'm not saying it the same, but you can give a chance to Holding. You can give a chance to Chambers, Saliba, but at the same time, he's seeing them in training. I don't think Saliba is up to the level a lot of people right now expect. He would learn a lot of tough lessons, as I keep saying. But as I also keep saying, you can't expect a man to get to that level if you've never blooded him in. You're not going to become a champion. You're not going to become Michael Phelps if you've never jumped in a swimming pool. It don't work. It don't make sense, does it? You know, it don't make sense. So there has to be something. You can't be Wiz Khalifa if you've never built it before. It don't make no sense. But that's how I feel. Hopefully there's some clarity for the young man, and it is what it is. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, folks. So yeah, so far it's been a Juventus, Xhaka to Juventus thing, nonsense. You know, we've seen Locatelli to Arsenal rumours, again, nonsense. And we've got Saliba. And yeah, man, you know what, I'm feeling to do the timestamps a bit of a different way today, people. I just think it looks a bit better today like this. I'm a bit bipolar like that. Sometimes I think it looks better under. Just think it looks a bit more prettier like this. No, I knew Sam was missing. You don't look as pretty, but there you have it, people. We're going to get into Renato Sanchez in a bit, but what are you lot saying, people? Let me get some more comments in. It would be I think you mean to say South London, big up you, my guy, because you're always supporting the team. I think it would be a big mistake if Garlic and Edu don't extend his contract and send him out on loan. Only has 2 years left. Exactly. It's deep. I don't advocate lying, but even if you got to lie to a man, that's what football's about. It's about controlling the variables. Come on, man. You know we rate Saliba. We were just moving mad last year. Sign a new deal, bro. Go out on loan. Trust me, next season, it's a you thing. You seeing what Saka and them man are doing? It's you, bro. World Cup next year as well. Go out on loan. Play some first team football, my brother. Try get in there. You're coming. Sign this new 5-year deal or new extension, and it is where it is. I'm on that. If I was them, I'd be doing that. You know, you got to, and then if it doesn't happen, at least we control some variables, my guy. Do you get it? But at the same time, if I'm Saliba's agent, I'm saying F off with all that. You know, you've signed my guy. He ain't kicked a ball for Arsenal. You know, all the fans have seen with Saliba is different hairstyles. We've seen him do the blonde highlight thing. We've seen him do level 1. You know, he was at Arsenal for 6 months training and whatnot, which again, he might not be levels, but I'd say F off with that deal thing. You know, you got to tell you get it. I'll be there. I want to know what the manager has for what he's thinking. Again, if he says Ben White's all right back, which a lot of people think, then Saliba might get game time. But I just feel next season, I just think a select few of young players, the Balogun-ish, I think Balogun's as good as it gets. We're just trying to get top 4 immediately. Maybe the season after that, Saliba will get his chance. As we look to, in my opinion, you should probably look to cast off the Chambers, you know, the Maries, you know, look to demote Holding to the second, to more of a squad player like he should, because I like Holding. But if you're trying to be a consistent Champions League team, is he levels? No. I'm admirable for him. I like his mentality. I like him in the squad. I don't think he's a man we need for this sort of thing. Do you get it? But we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. Shout out to it. Large up everybody locked in, man. You're making me, I can't lie, you lot keep adding interesting things and you keep making me change the timestamps, man. I can't miss that one there out South London. Shout out to you. Footy chat. Shout out to the members, subscribers, long-term supporters and the rest of it. I'm with you, DG. Saliba has got to join a Premier League team so we can see how he does. But knowing this club, he'll probably do the complete opposite because that's the Arsenal way. Bro, I don't mind it if he goes back to France and things, you know, he's comfortable, he's in his homeland. All them sort of things there, I don't mind it, but I just feel there's less question marks. You know, like I said, I'm not the guy who says, well, he ain't done it in the Prem and all of this, but at the same time, it's a valid question. If you play well in the Prem, it is what it is. And I just think fans, maybe the club would be people be a bit more understanding, because I just think a lack of clarity. If the club come out and say, we like Saliba, but right now, we don't think he's ready, people can say what they want, but at least there's clarity. We don't know who rates him, who don't. Arteta could like him, but Edu might be doing some political thing, and this guy might be doing something else, and other man might be baffled. I don't know what's going on in that regards, man. So it's one of them ones, really. 370 locked in. We should have at least 300 likes, man. Great opinions, great comments. Keep them coming. SS said, do you rate Nelson, DG? And what do you think will happen to him in the summer? I rate Nelson. You know, I like Nelson. I think he could be a player here. Obviously, Saka's emergence has trumped him. He was meant to be the golden boy. And such is life and sad in football. Man are looking at him like he's damaged goods at 20 years of age when he's got his best days in front of him. I'm not saying he's going to be these lot. Where was Aubameyang and Harry Kane at 20? My point, or Vardy. Where were they? My point being, it's not where you start in life, it's where you finish, you know. Something don't come easy. And I like Nelson. I think from a human point of view, brother, leave the club, man. Go get some minutes, bro. You played 70 minutes in the Premier League. When Arteta comes out and says, oh, I feel sad because he trains well, I want to play him, you know, we thought he was going to be the guy. You're not getting the game time. Minutes are currency. You look like, I think if he never got injured in December, when he was doing Europa, maybe he could have played more football. I don't know. There's clearly something in the lad. He has started big games under Arteta, but I don't know what it is, man. I don't know, innit? I don't understand why Nelson, Pepe, and a couple of other men were marginalized for Willian, apart from people trying to save their own skin. And you know, someone just, man, them signed Willian, they had to justify it, innit? Or they had to try act like it's cool, innit? Sort of thing. It's like if your girlfriend and your mum cooks and your girlfriend's food is better than your mum's, you can't be saying it. You can't be saying it, innit? You gotta just hold it up, sort of thing. It's one of them ones. So I think you need minutes of currency, man, and you're not gonna develop, bro. You know, you're not gonna develop without playing. So try to go on loan or leave permanently. By God's grace, you know, things fall into place for the lad because the talent is there. What he wants to do with it is down to him. I'm hoping Patrick Vieira, you know, take Nketiah off us permanently, take a Nelson on loan, you know, take a Chambers or on a permanent, even though I like him, you know, help us out, man. Take a few young, take Balogun for the squad. You know, that's a big, for what it's worth, that's a big job. I spoke about it in the podcast. It's going to come out shortly after this. So make sure you're paying attention for you lazy YouTube ones. But that's a big job for Vieira, you know. You look at it, that's an aging Crystal Palace side, you know. Zaha allegedly wants to go, whether he goes or not's another thing. Hella man are out of contract. They need quality anyways. You know, it's a transitional period. They're going to need a new spine that might take time to adapt and all of those sort of things. So it's a tough, you know, Vieira's jumped in at the deep end. Still, I think personally, at least until I see some signings or whatever, I think staying in the league has to be the priority for Crystal Palace, at least at this moment in time. Football isn't one on paper, but you get it. He's still a young man, 20 years old with room to improve. Defo needs a loan move to a Prem team. Arsenal fans getting excited by the prospect and price thing. 360 David. Many people don't understand development because how many times I've seen it with Chelsea with Hudson-Odoi, I've seen it with our players, I've seen it everywhere, you know. Greenwood started having a bad day and some United fans casted him off. You know, people cry for these players, but then fail to understand they're still developing. And you don't, you know, everything said about Balogun, you don't know what you're getting for 10. I love Balogun. I sing his praises, but man, don't know what I'm getting for 10 games in the Prem. You know, we don't. And I think that's down to Arteta to improve these, man. But yeah, man. DG, can you think of any reason why Mikel Arteta is ignoring the evidence and stats in Saliba's case? It tells me the exec structure is still weak above. Should be telling Mickey to deal with the issue. I think, I'm not going to lie, it's on Arteta, it's on Edu, it's on both of them equally. I can't really see why, even, do you know what? I said it when he went out on loan. I understood the first loan spell back to St. Etienne, but I thought he could have got game time here, innit? But I think at sometimes the young players, it's a tough one because he's young. He's going to go in, and he's going to have games where for 10 games, he's going to, like you see with Gabriel, he's going to be invincible. Nothing, you can't stop him. Equally, he's going to have 10 terrible games. So you need to know when to take someone out the firing line. Like again, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for all much as you criticize him, Greenwood was having a bit of a tough time last year at a point, got pulled out of the lineup, come back in at the right time, doing his thing, and very unlucky for me not to be in the England squad anyways. But yeah, man, it's interesting comments, man. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. Bro, Saliba and Gabriel at the back is deemed very risky, and that would be my centre-half for the future. But that's why, centre-half partnership, but that's why we need a next centre-half, because they're both booky, because they're young. You need the more experienced one to play with them. You know, like I said, for 10 games, you would see quality. Other times you wouldn't, because Gabriel has problems. Saliba from aerial situations needs to improve. Saliba off the ball, a lot of improvement. And then beyond that, it's just the same old you have, you know, when to play with the ball, when to keep it simple. He's got the ingredients, but it is what it is, man. I'd take Eze. I'd like him, but again, for me, you see the one with Eze, we probably, you know, it sounds silly because I always say you have to sign these guys before breakout season, but for me, we're not working with the tools we've got in it. Like, we're not excelling with Saka to a degree, Smith-Rowe and these guys. So with Eze, he's kind of developing like that. So I'm a bit wary of bringing guys like this, but you know, he was an Arsenal man. He's a wavy footballer. I love the guy. I'm on that, man. What else you lot say, man? The man said, I've played as many minutes as a player. We've paid the 27 million for even the little pennies we always mismanage. It does look like it is mismanagement in Saliba's case, because I don't think there's clarity, man. And I think Saliba you know, I don't think they would be leaving permanent rumors if Saliba had some clarity, man. Like, you're not levels right now, but you can be levels, you know, not telling a man he's good, making you know, bringing up all his pictures from being a young Arsenal fan, you know, the song, you know, the private playing, you all know the song and dance. And then all of that, not to bust him. You would think about, put yourself in them shoes, people. You'd think, yo, what going for this thing? You fought to sign me. You've done all of this. What going for this thing? Like, just clarity, man. Don't leave nothing to chance, in my opinion. And I think the club need to learn from that. Where we got over the line with Ozil, but for a while, you know, we was sitting here and talking about what's happening with Ozil. What's happening with Ozil? I'm tired of these elephants in the room. It's dead, man. DG on point once again. Got to get Arteta's personal email and send him these clips. Dark Arp says, see, I want us to return to that still, man. What else you lot saying, man? Well, DG got a cut before them spuds like Kane. Shout out to Kevin, man. I appreciate you. Ain't seen you locked in for a while, man. Appreciate you, man. Good sense of humor. Oh, man. The France thing is dead now. He needs to play in England with the Brexit opinion. He's not here for none of this. And the like, some of you lot got lazy after yesterday's win. Come on, Stylish. I love that. Keep reiterating that. Do you think we'll sign any established players? Seems like we're only going for young, promising players. Maybe young, slightly more established players, but I'm not too sure for quote-unquote experience ready-made because, you know, we've been linked with LOKONGA. His name's been thrown into the ring. Obviously, Ben White is significantly more experienced to a couple of centre-halves, but it's not that. There's a couple of them things as well, man. Send Saliba to Palace. Well, he's worked under Vieira before. Why not, man? There's that as well. It's a London thing as well. Not that Brighton's far from London, but you get the point. Vieira has more experience than Arteta. So let's see if he, you know, you lot wanted him. Let's see if Vieira's levels then. Like, hey. Arsenal needs Sanchez. Arsenal have initiated contact over a move to bring Bayer Leverkusen defender Jonathan Tah to the Emirates, according to reports in Germany. DG, what do you know about this? This is the first thing I'm seeing on this, but we're always linked with him. I can't lie, I don't really rate him too tough. He's a decent defender. I think he's stagnated. And do you know what, my guy, bang on the money. I think you've set us up for a next timestamp, man. So let's slap that in. Let's call that 46 minutes. Jonathan, what's going on, man? I'm even shook. It's like, oh, I'm live. Sometimes you lot can't see it, but sometimes that goes through my head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm live. Don't mess up. I can't lie. I'm not really on the Tah one. I'm not gonna, if he comes, support the thing. But I just think he's stagnated. I think he's very cumbersome in many aspects. I think he's a lot of what I criticize Arsenal defenders currently, switching off the ball, not tracking runners. There's that. But I do think big up yourself for working with me more, Pa. I appreciate that assist, man. You see how you clipped it over the top, man? Just coming, you know, in the fact, to quote us yesterday, you was Luke Shaw, I'm Raheem Sterling, just tapped it in. But as I was saying, he is a decent defender, you know, he's quite strong. His recovery pace is all right. You know, he's okay in the air. But a lot of what I think is shaky about him, I'm saying it about the players that are here, not tracking runners, getting caught flat-footed, positioning. Sometimes he's got recovery pace, but sometimes he don't read the game to the level I'd like him to do. Has stagnated a bit. So can I really just, does it make sense for me to say these things with the Arsenal guys and then say, let's go and grab him? I'm not too sure. I don't know where these links have come from. Are we failing to come to an agreement with Ben White? Do we want another centre-half? Are we shifting away from Ben White? Is this just nonsense? You know, my man didn't even put his name on the article, Metro Sport reporter. So my man just wanted the bag and wanted to cut out. So I'm not too sure. We have been linked with a couple of Leverkusen players. I'm not sure on their financial situation. You know, some man are saying you man are harsh. Man are saying he's a bigger version of Mustafi. Certain man are saying Boateng 2.0. To be fair, Boateng was decent. Man are saying he reminds him of Akanji. Akanji's another one I used to rate. I used to F with him heavy, but it's like he's the next one, and where the tools are there. Do you remember Akanji at Basel? I'm sure he played against United. He did a mazza, but he's at that stage now. He was at that stage where you need to work with him. Like, you need to iron out those rough edges. And I don't think someone's done that with Akanji because he still looks shaky. And that could be said for Tah. And for me, I like Tah. You could say he's better than a couple man we've got, but yeah, he is experienced as well. Why aren't you in the German squad? I don't know if he was in the German squad. Fair play. But Arsenal have initiated contact over a move to bring Bayer Leverkusen defender Jonathan Tah to the Emirates, according to reports in Germany. A centre-back appears to be on the list of priority signing, for Mikel Arteta this summer, with the Gunners said to be in advanced talks over a 50 million deal for Brighton's Ben White. But we done less of where Arsenal finished last season and whatnot. But apparently, according to Sports Blind, again, I don't know if they're mad clarity. I don't know for their what's there, not verification. What's the word where you don't know if you can trust someone? Not clarity, not verification. I don't know if it's authentic, innit? I don't know the word, but I don't know if we can trust their little links and whatnot. But for what it is, apparently Tah is firmly on our radar, and both Arsenal and Leicester have made contact. So there you have it. Maybe Leicester are the ones that really want him, and they're throwing our name into the ring. Maybe there's talk of another contract for Tah, typically. Maybe there's another club interested in Tah, and Leverkusen are leveraging Arsenal's need for a centre-half and just throwing Leicester's name into it. Apparently, he's said to be keen on a switch to England's top flight, but a concrete offer from either club is yet to be made. You know, so it is what it is in that regard. As long as there's no offer, it is what it is, people. So yeah, that's Ben White. I mean, if you want to know what Ben White said when asked about Arsenal, he said it's nice. It's happened quite a lot over the last 2 years. There's been a lot of noise. And then, yeah, man, he said, not really, you don't know what's true and what's not, so there's no point talking about it. I mean, yeah, man, just focus on your tournament. But in relation to Jonathan Tah, I don't really think there's issues there, man. But and there you have it, you know. I don't know if Liverpool do or don't want him, but what have you seen now? First, it was only Arsenal. Shout out to my guy for plugging the article. But first, you saw Arsenal's name. When we scrolled through the last article, you saw Leicester. Now you're seeing Liverpool thrown into it. Again, I don't know if our journalists are talking nonsense, but it is what it is. But here we have, well, scrolling down, I'm just trying to find the Liverpool bit, man. Oh, so this is just Liverpool with Kabach. But again, there you have it, people. And apparently he wants to go to England. So, yeah, man. Again, maybe Liverpool, after not taking Kabach, could be in for him as well. But as you can see with Jonathan Tah, it is what it is in that regards, man. Let's see if there's anything else. West Ham linked. That's another club, you know. You see West Ham linked. It is what it is. Should we go back to this article, people? To be fair with you, why didn't we try buy Upamecano and Canute if we're willing to pay the sums we're paying for Ben White? I'm just throwing it out there. If we go back to April, we're always linked with Jonathan Tah in it. There's, you know, if you support United, you know, there's a couple clubs players that are always linked to your club. The same goes for Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm sure there's guys, Villa, I'm sure as well. There's every club. There's always a certain individual. But if we go back, it says only reason I clicked on this because it says a potential stumbling block. So let's see what's there, people. Arsenal are weighing, at the time, Arsenal seriously weighing up a move for Jonathan Tah this summer, but the coronavirus crisis could make the defender's release clause worthless. Okay, so he's available for 52. So, you know, we have always been linked with him. If they've done their due diligence on him and things like that, oh, Serena, man, that's unfortunate. But if we've done our due diligence on him, people, well, no, that's for Upamecano. So that's another one we probably could have went for. But yeah, the same logic applies. If his release clause is really 35 million and Jonathan Tah wants to leave and he's got a release clause and whatnot, then that makes it easier to sign him than Ben White, because we heard that we was getting it done for 45 million plus 5 million on bonuses. Now we hear they want a guaranteed 50 million plus. So I don't know, but I think we'll sign Ben White. Pardon me, and Jonathan Tah will go away. But you know, if they're haggling, if you've bidded 45 million pounds for someone and they're acting, and you can get someone for 35 million pounds and maybe throw that extra tenner somewhere else, hopefully towards getting a right back. We don't get a right back where to not swear, so it makes sense, people. But yeah, that was done. That was in April. That was way before Ben White was a thing. Well, we were linked Ben White for a while, like Arsenal, Leeds, and Liverpool, and even United. So we'll have to see. But for what it's worth, I just think people need to get paid in it. People need to pay bills. So they're making up articles in it, but we'll never know, man. It's crazy season to a degree. You are going to get a lot of nonsense articles and things like that, and we don't know what's true or what's not, to be fair, because I'm sure many people, myself included, would have seen us linked with Ben White and thought, nah, we're not doing that. And then you see it, man. It is what it is in that regards. Would he have done well at Arsenal? Who are you referring to, 360, man? I can't really see it. It is coming home. Are you going to be on the AFTV watch-alongs? I do my own watch-alongs for what it's worth, and they haven't asked me, so you can draw your own conclusions. Bellerin must move to Atletico Madrid or PSG, but Bellerin might as well move, man. You know, The way he's moving, he might not get a job in Urban Outfitters, let alone playing for them clubs. But yeah, man, verified source, yeah, man, credible, yeah. Tier, I shout out to you lot with the words and that, man. Help me. Bit harsh, man. Said the German Titus Bramble. Can you see sense in any of the transfer talk? Not one player linked better than what we already have, to a degree, man. And ANF has said, what is it with all this contact made inquiry? These men are tire kickers. Trust me, this is what I'm saying, man. Everybody's close to signing for Arsenal. I think Lokonga is, but everybody's close to signing for Arsenal. Everybody's close to leaving Arsenal. It's crazy, bro. We're linked with 50 players. Linked FC, War Chest FC. We're winning the league. I told you, we're winning Wimbledon, Tour de France, Euros. We're winning everything based on these players we're being linked with. Who says you need to be in Europe? We're coming for everything, man. Looks like Locatelli is still possible, DG. Anything's possible, but I wouldn't put your heart through that. We're not getting that, man. He's going to Juventus, in my opinion. I don't know, man. Good look out, more power though, man, for that one there, man. Because I wouldn't have been able to speak like that because I never saw it, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, it's not about being better than AFTV or anyone. It's just about doing my thing, It's just there's billions of people in this world. So, there's someone for everyone, man, So I just do my job, I let you lot talk. If that's what you lot feel it is, well, it is. Definitely in terms of talent and knowing ball, yeah. Gimmicks, war chest, finances, definitely not. But defo chuck it, do a good job without a doubt, know what I mean? Robbie did say one upon a time the DG show was coming, but a promise is a comfort to a fool, and it's just not a priority of his. So fuck all of that. Do our own thing. Well done, DG. Your channel is growing, slowly but surely, and 388 people are locked in. I showed you a lot at the start, but like I said, thank you very much for getting me to 37,000 subscribers. And when I ask you to hit the like, share, subscribe, all of this is not for clout, people. It's not for the sake of it. It's not just because it's a nice thing to say. And it's to show my appreciation, and because I meant to show you lot this yesterday, but today I looked, and because of you lot, we're getting more recommendations from YouTube. So because you're hitting the like button, you got to remember the YouTube algorithm. If you like football and you watch a certain thing, and my man doesn't watch that thing but likes football, it's going to be like, oh, Simon likes it. What about Paul? Let me throw it to him. And that's what's happened, because like you can see, great news. Your videos got more views from YouTube recommendations. We got 500, just over 500K this month, and we're still counting. And we've got the Euros to come. Obviously, this live stream we're doing will contribute towards that, but typically the most I get is like 4.5K. So 4.5, 100. So yeah, we're doing bits, man. Shout out to you lot for your engagement, for your hitting the recommendations. We're moving, we're growing. We could move a lot faster, but we could move a lot slower. So as I said, very appreciative of that one there, people. This is from yesterday, so we can delete that. I don't know why I'm trying to scare you lot with Ramsdale business, but you get the point. I'm very appreciative. It's not just for clout. Saying that though, there is 500 people locked in, and I am very appreciative. But let's make sure we're hitting the likes. We're at 213. We can grab something better than that. We can move towards 300. Your thoughts on MESUT-ROWE? Say we were linked with him a couple of weeks ago. I think he's a class right back. I wouldn't mind it. It's a cut price option. He's a competent guy. I wouldn't mind Julian Brandt, my dude, but he wouldn't be first choice. I can't lie. He would be. I think I'd be more happy about that signing than people give it credit for, but I wouldn't be convinced if that's levels, man. He would have never come to Arsenal, probably not. But if you put the money down before Bayern Munich get interested in things can be done, really and truly. Hey, DG, hope you're good, bro. Maybe we will get Zaha for cheaper now. Vieira's there. Hey, Paul, I rate you. You're not letting this Vieira, this Zaha one go in it. The Zaha thing, I would take it, but it ain't going to happen, man. You've also said, and on Saliba, if we don't get a chance to see him play, then questions need to be asked. Arteta must have some agenda, probably, without a doubt, man. What else are you lot saying? Let me scroll up a bit more, man. Shout out to everybody who's locked in. Make sure you're hitting the like button. So yeah, man, some interesting comments. Big up my guy Phil. I said Zaha, and I saw Paul, and I know Phil was gonna arrive, man. Some of you lot are crazy with that, man. Big up DG. Great day for England. Now Arsenal need to buy and give us hope too. Facts, my guy. Facts, and more facts. More facts. Bro, Pro, I appreciate that. James, assuming you're talking about Forsberg of Sweden, I think he's a very technical footballer. He's wavy and that, but I'm not going to sit here and scream, yo, let's sign him and that. Like, I think he's wavy. He's got 4 in 4 or something like that. Beyond that, I don't know, man. I appreciate you lot support, man. Appreciate you for, you know, winning the cup and things, and you know, it's so good. Let's spin it again.
Trophy. Trophy. What have you got there?
Trophy.
Oh, thank you very much.
I didn't get this at my last club.
You didn't.
And now for a picture. I'm so good. I took a picture with the opposition. Here's me with Oakwood.
The non-believers. Everybody didn't believe in man.
In the
I got rubbed out of one team.
That's all you're gonna get though, but that's Awkward in that thing there. But anyways, you know, in the Rizzy, not mine, borrowed it from a mate. But yeah, man, what else you like say? Teamwork, my brother. Come on, my guy. Teamwork, dream work, all of that sort of stuff, man. A man said England will crash and burn, love Scotland. Hey, Naga, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't hate because you're not part of the club no more. It's going all the way, broski. It's going all the way. Afternoon, DG. Hope all is good. How do you feel about Pedro Gonalves at Sporting? He's a very good technical footballer. Ain't he the 22-year-old that Donny? He's decent still. I would take him. I don't have a religious, you know, mad dossier on him, but I like what I see still. And you know, more research required, but I like him, man. Yes, DG, you're honest and real. Appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate that. Facts. This is why it's important to like the video. Trust, bro. Them little things do it, man. And I appreciate that. Big up, DG. I'm past through FC to support the thing. Jay, the members do a lot for man. Come on, guys. Let's get 70K before Christmas. Hey, my guy, we need to get to 50 first. Let's walk before we can run. But I love the enthusiasm. Let's keep going, man. If you ain't hit the sub button, you know you got to, man. 1 million views a month. By God's grace, one day, man. A man said, you're feeding us the food we want to eat. Appreciate that, man. I wish Arsenal would, man. Going to show that video, that given opportunity. I know them pagans probably watch my videos, so I want them to see the burning, bro. Billing, there they are. They're there, man. I borrowed it, man. I borrowed it from the hooligans on the side still. I borrowed it from the hooligans on the side. Nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me. I don't do them things there. I don't know what that is. Someone just said take a picture, put it on Instagram. And yeah, bro, you got to troll the ops. They troll themselves, bro. Listen, I need to stop mentioning because they're duds in it. But bro, there's a reason why no one likes them, bro. Like they don't have honor, they don't have respect, they don't lose with grace. Couple man did, you know. The vast majority, there's two gaffers. One of the gaffers is mad cool. The other one, fucking pussy, old man. But yeah, moving away from that, man. DJ, I'm always impressed on your knowledge of players around the world. Ever thought of a feature on players to watch for us less enlightened followers? You know me, I do videos on players I feel are good and whatnot, but I'm not the guy who's going to be saying one the kid and one to watch. If I like a player and I see him and I want to speak, I'll speak and I'll let you know. And that's what I've been doing in it, you know. So I would say other than that, don't know, man. I just watch a lot of football, bro. I haven't been impressed with myself in that approach this year though, bro. DG, proper humble, you deserve this. Hit the like, but bro, if you're not humble, you ain't nothing in life. And I wouldn't even say I'm humble on myself, man. Like one of them ones, bro. It's one of them ones, really. Where will Xhaka play next season? Let's hope at Arsenal Football Club, bro. Let's hope he's stationed on the flanks, left or right. A man said, big up you. Sorry, man. Big up yourself for staying consistent, covering the shambles of a club. I appreciate that, man. Just got here. Have you spoke about Renato, Sanchez? We'll get on that, man. Football manager content, better run, keep your word. I will, bro, but when has there been time, fam? This Euros is taking everything. You might want Euros, you want to speak about this, you want DG podcast, you want this, you want that, bro. There's just not enough man hours. There's just not enough manpower, bro. You will get it, I promise you, man. Big up, bro. Lovely work out there. Can't wait to see who's coming in this weekend. Andy, apologies. Hopefully, man, we sign anyone. Obviously, if we go on reports, it's looking like a Lokonga thing first and foremost. Then maybe the wheels start moving in motion for other players. You know, I do think maybe, you know, we'll see that. And then I think once we start seeing a bit more outgoings, we might see a bit more trajectory. But I don't know. I'm just speculating, man. I'm just speculating, bro. It's not mine. It's not mine. I don't know what rules paper is. It's not mine. The gaffer said, you know, I want you to be like Lampard when he done the picture in 2012 with the cigar. I said, have you got a cigar? I said, what is that? I've never seen that in my life before. But yeah, man. And then he lit it. I don't know what it was, man. I said, is this ain't Henny? I asked for Henny. I don't know. But yeah, man, I really don't know. I don't know. But, you know. Boy, it is worth though. That awkward tastes good though. Come on. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. Leave it out, man. We're the only ones that say unbeaten. And you know, knowing them, if they beat us in the league next year because they got promoted, they're gonna think they made it even. We took it unbeaten, we took a trophy, we celebrated on the up block, we did what we did in front of you. And like there's some videos I wish I could throw up here, you know. It's now you're gonna make it even. It's a CB thing. I'm reading Smith-Rowe as a verbal contract agreement with Arsenal. Big shift. I mean, if I speak, I'm in trouble. If I speak, I'm in trouble. I mean, we did kind of allude to this, didn't we? We kind of alluded to that there was a contract a long time ago. A man said, "You're the Saka of YouTube, bursting at the right time." I'm not too sure. I think I'm Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy, or Mohamed Salah in that. It looks wavy for them now, but you know, Jamie Vardy and Kane, where were them man there at 20 or Aubameyang? I think it's a Vardy thing, you know. Vardy coming to the Prem at what, 27, 28? I think it's one of them, man. I think it's one of them where man are not looking. Then we go, I take it the hard way. Everyone's journey is different, bro. But I think that's my thing personally. You mentioned the possibility of moving over to Twitch. Shout out the Twitch gang. There's no possibility we are on Twitch. But yeah, Twitch on a more permanent basis because YouTube bully the revenue for one. Second of all, we need to diversify. Third of all, it's better for streaming football content. And yeah, man, Deluded Gooner 187, man. You know, I don't know I can't point you to the clip. I didn't clip it up, but yeah, that's right, man. We need that FM, bro. You lot say you want this FM content, and there's like, bro, AM and S, you're gonna be the only people locked in, man. But it's coming though, man. Got a laptop for it, man. The laptop is shagged it because it's making bare noise when it's on. How can the Mac be here and that laptop is meant to be gaming laptop is making more noise? Like I should probably just stream it off my Mac, but I don't know if it can handle that. Do you think Saka will start against Ukraine? For what it's worth, I don't think so, man. You know, I don't think so. They're not even worth a track, man. They're not even worth it, bro. You know what, bro, man, there, you know, I'm not gonna say gangsters don't wear pink because I've seen some real Lengman wear pink. I wear pink, but come on, man, you can't come to my block with them funny boy antics and think you're gonna do stuff. What do you think this is? And do you know the worst thing about them, man? Yeah, they're on smoke until you see that no, this can go left very quickly. It's not just a football team, and then they start moving humble. Them man, they're only good when they got their brethrens that you know that making bare noise on the side. And if it was probably 3 years ago, bro, the wrongers would carry on in the next way, bro. It would get kicked out of the league. So, man, not too tough, man. There's elbow on that. But, yeah, man. Bro, which up block, bro? Is it AFC Eddie or is it wrong? Because I had to do it, man. Who has impressed you? Who have you been most impressed with in the Euros who most aren't aware of? I don't know, man. I'd probably say that everyone is aware of everyone, really. I would say I like that Denmark guy, Dams, that or whatever, man. Really, DG, do you rate Lokonga? From the highlights I've watched, he's not all that, but obviously highlights can be deceiving. I don't think he's amazing. What I think is there's scope to grow. What I think is he does the basics well. What I think is he's what you see is what you get, a player that needs a bit of development. And Lokonga kind of ties into what we're saying about Martinelli, Saliba, and that whether they got potential to be bad boys or just normal players, you know, you've got to coach them. What I hope is that he can just continue what I've seen and just become a competent six, my guy. You know, you can be used with Partey in games that we have to fight, games that Partey can't be there. And hopefully you can show that maybe we didn't need Basuma because you can do that sort of thing. That's what I hope. But hope and whatever is two different things, man. So we'll have to see, man. Would you sell Smith-Rowe for 60? Nah, man. I'm too emotionally attached to Smith-Rowe, man. But in reality, probably, man. Don't know about a poor man's Paul Pogba, but fair play. Appreciate that, Adnan, man. I appreciate you being locked in, man. I really do, man. A man said, rate my takeaway is smashing it. It must drive you mad that a food thing is getting more credit. Madness. What's rate my takeaway? Are you talking about food? And I mean, I don't understand what you're speaking about, my guy, Greeny Man TV, but I'm not too sure for more credit and things like that and driving you mad. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, someone else's journey or someone else's success has effort to do with me. Everyone's journey is different, you know, rather than it drive you mad, it would make me inspired. What has he done well? you know, whoever it is, or assuming I'm waffling about the right thing. What have they done bad? What have they done well? Get inspired from it, learn. So I wouldn't know about that. I think if anybody's driven mad by anyone, it screams B-Tech mentality and it screams loser mentality. You know, you're meant to get gas. Especially when you look at YouTube, it's a bit too competitive for me. It's like, man are Arsenal fans, but they want to, you know, you listen to me speak about Saliba, not you. Like, bro, there's a billion people in this world, you know. If man don't want to watch you, they won't watch you. If man want to watch you, they will. Nobody's taking food out of my plate by doing their thing. So it's got nothing to do with me. So, you know, I don't know what you're speaking about, but Greeny man, if you assuming that drives me mad, I don't think you, well, none of you know me, but I don't think you know what we're about on this channel. But anyways, Paul, someone who does. As you know, DG, I've been here from day. I've seen your channel grow strong. All the hard work and dedication you give to your channel and views, you deserve to reap the rewards. You're an inspiration, bro. Thank you very much. I don't know for inspiration and them thing there, but, you know, I'm just trying to be consistent and do my thing. Come on, my guy. K's always applying pressure. Everyone better lock on to DG on Twitch. Come on. Come on. Hey, you lot gas me, man. Appreciate UK. Shout out the Twitch gang as well. You know, like I said, you lot are on the ball. Where is my, you know, I've been saying shout out Twitch, but where the hell is my Twitch manager monitor? Shout out to everyone, people. I promise you we're going to get onto Gabriel and stuff, but I like to take in what you lot say, man. You know, it cuts up the day for me, and it's lovely just to talk to people, man. A man said own goal. He has 9 goals. Fair play. Shout. Amsgard, that's his name. DG start gaming on Twitch, bro. Zanzi, I don't think you're listed, bro. We just said that. Excited for the DG Twitch partnership coming next year. Oh, hey, man, I don't know if we're gonna make partnership, man, but we could try, bro. We could try. Aubameyang or Martinelli up front next season. Long term, I want to see Martinelli giving game time, but I personally think we're gonna see Aubameyang back to business, or I hope so. Him up front. Yes, DG always brings the heat. I appreciate that, man. Nah, man. Anyone that's doing their thing, I appreciate it. But I just don't. We've tried to sound respectful. I don't know, bro. You shout out to the food content, bro. Who can't like that, bro? In fact, don't mention food. I'm getting quite hungry. And you don't know it's getting to lunchtime, but yeah, man. How could it drive me mad? But nothing to do with me, bro. That's the thing about life, man. That's the thing. Everyone's trying to compete when everyone should be uplifting. That's why I rate Rants. Because Rants ain't trying to compete with no one. Trust me, he's not trying to compete with no one. Bro, one day, man, one day. Bro, Zanji, it's all right, man. It's all right, my guy. I didn't know you was there, man. Shout out from Toronto, DG. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to you, man. Canada and that. Different countries, everything. I appreciate that, man. Paul is officially off the books. Can we now talk about his legacy? What Paul? What Paul? I'm baffled still. But yeah, man. He's a baller still. Bro, Messi's a free agent tomorrow. Arsenal know what to do. Georgie, I appreciate that. The Twitch gang, man. Without you lot, there'd be no point, man. I respect, man. You lot gas me. All of you lot do. I appreciate the super chat, Ray. Hit the like button, people. It's my birthday today, DG. Hope Arsenal are able to sort out their transfer bids early and bring in quality additions for the 2021-22 season. Lunch on me, buddy. Much love. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you very much for that super chat. Second of all, more importantly, you know, happy birthday on behalf of everyone. Happy birthday, my dude. So hopefully you have a good birthday. You know, no Arsenal to spoil it. I hope you're English because you had a good day yesterday. Go do something, man. I don't want to see you on my live stream. As much as I'm appreciative, go enjoy your day, my guy. I know in the UK, assuming you're here, it's not that good, man. But go do your thing, man. You shouldn't be here listening to me waffle. Go and enjoy your day, man. This will be back here tomorrow, man. Happy birthday, Chargy. Do your thing, DG. Come on, my guy. Shout out to my Jamaican tugs. Come on, man. Patient man, ride donkey, like my granddad used to say. You get me? So the them ones, man. There's enough food. There's enough food. Big up, Derek. Have Arsenal actually signed Nuno, DG? I saw a really cute greyhound yesterday and was wondering if he has any advice. Stop, man. Hey, for those that are looking at the Twitch one, I see someone asked Deluded Gooner 187 for those looking on Twitch says shout out to you. Ray, happy birthday. Shout out to man them giving him love, man. It is where it is. Come on. This is why I love my community, man. Hella love. Anyways, people, let's speak about where are we now in terms of likes. Oh, Ozil. Hey, we can talk about Ozil. In fact, you know, you just bust me because, you know, I know we said we was going to get into what's his face. We're going to get into the Gabriel stuff. There's not much in it really, people. 268 likes. Keep running that up, folks. Let's speak about this Mesut Ozil thing very quickly, people. Like, as you lot can see here, you know, apparently Arsenal, well, I can't understand Turkish, but Arsenal deposited a final salary of approximately 16.38 million, 90% into Mesut Ozil's account today. We took up his wages in it, so he just got his bread back. Now, many people are going to see that, start foaming at the mouth. You know, Mesut Ozil isn't here and he's still costing the club. Realistically, you know, obvious reasons, you know, they terminated his contract. They weren't going to throw him all of that money at once. He's probably been paid it in installments. Now Mesut Ozil is officially gone. Now, hopefully, we can focus on Kolasinac and William, because I'd imagine that's probably both of their wages is close to Ozil's weekly salary. And they're both shit. So make something happen, really. And it's not just him. There's a bag of players that are mismanagement of wages. You know, I'm not saying Chambers is a mismanagement of wages, but if he's not going to be playing significantly at this football club, why is he on 50 million here? You know, El Nene, I'm sure he likes it. Why is he on 50 million here? It's not making sense, is it? So decisions need to be made, people, in that regards, man. But you know, Ozil's due his money. He was always going to get it. I don't think I think it's a non-starter. So hopefully there's some progress. Arsenal pay. I could probably just upload that clip and get some views, really. Arsenal pay. What was the figure? 16.88 mil to Mesut Ozil. But yeah, he paid up his salary, man. And probably it wouldn't surprise me if whatever is due to Mustafi, whatever is due to Socrates and anyone else who ripped up their deal gets their bread as well. So I know at the time when Arsenal haven't technically bought a player, not really selling players, we've had a woeful season. You know, Mesut Ozil in Arsenal, some fans like myself start smiling, other fans start foaming at the mouth and things like that. Yeah, man. And that's how I feel. When I say mismanagement, some people, you know, some people don't get it twisted. I don't think El Nene or Chambers is a mismanagement of wages. I think Willian is. I think Kolasinac is. Free transfers, you lot both got spindled. I just think where it is for Chambers is, while I'm admirable of his adaptability, his ability to play everywhere, the fact that he's come well from injury, the fact that he's good, you know, is he going to be first choice? Arguably, if you have, you know, he could be second choice right back, but then you could argue we need to get into a territory where we have two out and out right backs. You know, if Maitland now said, I want to be a right back, and then you've obviously bring in a right back, what does that mean for Chambers? I admire Chambers, but again, Saliba, we want him from now to the next 2 years for his contract. We want Saliba in this first team. And White, allegedly, if he comes, Gabriel, if he comes, you know, Holding has signed a new deal regardless. So Marie and Chambers, one of them, could you move one on? El Nene, if we fix up the midfield to the way we want, is there game time for El Nene? I would say no, away from it. He's a good guy. He loves the club. He plays with a smile. None of that is really relevant. He said admirable, but it just matters if you're a good footballer. That is simple. So that's what I mean. When you start adding these things up, it's like with the big money transfers. You focus on Arsenal's big money, rightly so, you can see a problem. But also on top of that, people, you have to start looking at the loan fees. You know, I'm not trying to be reactionary. I'm not onto Odegaard, but did we get money's worth for Odegaard? I think yes. Some of you might think no. Is it undebatable? Ceballos, we spent a couple of million on 2 loan spells. I'm not asking for little patches of brilliance, which we didn't really see from Ceballos this year, but did we justify that? You know, and then it's a bit irrelevant, but then you've got, you know, you've got Dennis Suarez and all of these things. And like you see with the free transfers, even people that cost £1 million like Renato, you know, it's these sort of things that I tie into mismanagement, because suddenly when you add it all up, not saying I can, because I need a calculator, my mouse is terrible, you start to see the mismanagement. And that's why we can talk about Kroenke needs to do this and that to a blue in the face. And he does. The people that are around have to fix up, you know. Saliba, where's the development plan? It's looking like you're swindling peas, because 27 million, the man don't know where Saliba's probably as clueless as us, really and truly. Maybe not so much based off yesterday, but you get the point, people. So it is what it is in that regards, really. I think that's just one of them. Well, it's not a newspaper article, but it's one of them where, you know, people at face value that are just going to foam at their mouth, you're going to see a madness. Back on the agenda. Let's call it that. It looks a bit more wavier. Shouldn't Xhaka's value go up if he's performing well at the Euros? He should. It should. But I don't think that's going to mean Arsenal are going to get extra 20 odd million. And you got to be careful, these guys performing. A man said, bro, what do you think about the Jamaican 10% in sterling? Shout out to Razza. You get me? Certified guy, man. DG, what's this thing of Brand? I don't rate this guy. I think he's calm, but yeah, it wouldn't be first choice. Run up the likes like my guy's saying, man. Nah, Greeny, man, I hear you. I'm just saying, forget that, man. You know, shout out to him. Shout out to this food, Donny, man. Stop benching the food, dog. About that agree, man. No, El Nene, listen, with El Nene, I don't have to question his commitment. I don't have to question his integrity. I think he applies himself, you know, and he's training well. But the thing is, we need to start being a bit nasty. We need to be cruel to be kind to ourselves. Being a good guy and all of these things are secondary, bro. We're not here to make, like Craig Bellamy said, we're not here to make friends. We're here to win football games. Obviously, you need harmony. I'm not saying everyone needs to be a see you next Tuesday. Like in life, that doesn't work, innit? But you get it, like being a good guy in the dressing room, being good for the young players, all of these things are relevant, but they're relevant. First and foremost, are you a good footballer? You weren't brought here to be good for the young players and things. You're brought here to be a baller. Are you a baller or not? Answer the question. That's it. You know, and I just think it's like a play crash here. You know, El Nene, I love El Nene. I like El Nene. He moves like a fan, but he's here by accident. We've tried to move him on for time. He's gone on loan. It ain't banked. He's here by accident. It's admirable, but he's here by accident. And, you know, signing El Nene to a new contract gives out the wrong signals, man. Do you think it's right to judge a player on squad, on sub apps and not starts, i.e. Eddie and Balogun? Eddie's had starts, but yeah, it's difficult when you haven't had long to show what you can do. This is why I say I need to see 10 starts by Balogun to see his true level or just see significant minutes, really. Though training hard is irrelevant, fam. Big up iPlugger. DG, the invincible plug. I hope you're well. What's your opinions on Michele from right back? Mispronounced his name, but bro, short and sweet. Sign the guy, bro. Sign the guy, man. Man said, do you think Greenwood will join Jamaica? Heard they want him for the World Cup. Yawn. Would love it. We're not getting him, broski. Could forget it. Thanks for all the streams, DG. Do you rate millions? Of course. Another JA one I have to stand. I love Boltman. I wouldn't mind him. I'd be all over Jules Akonde, but it ain't going to happen, is it? Locatelli is giving me 2020 hour vibes linked, but he doesn't prefer /1 Arsenal. I don't even think it should give you that because it's a non-starter, bro. We're not getting Locatelli, bro. It's just apart from rumours, it is what it is. Man, I wish Ozil never joined Arsenal. I wish Pogba, Martial, Sancho now. I wish they did it. I wish Rashford didn't play for you, lot, but it is what it is. Kyle never misses an opportunity to get at us. Man said that's Arsenal's transfer budget gone then. I'm sure you said that when I was speaking about Mesut Ozil. You're a bad guy, man. King of hitting below the belt, but we keep moving, man. It is what it is. The Danish guy, Nicky, I like what I've seen from him. Obviously, club level is a different thing, but I like what I've seen of him at the Euros. Eddie has had 4 Premier League starts 2021. You've got to earn them, man. And I think Eddie's played significantly off the back of the season. He came back from loan at Leeds and it didn't bag for him. So, yeah, man. I don't think he's taking his chances, really. I think we've known what we've known. I don't even think he got a chance at thingy, at Leeds like that. But you have to earn it. And I don't really think he's looked like it. But you're right, though, man. It's a difficult one, man. Man said El Nene Kante, you're on Bants, bro. Can't answer that, my guy. You ain't calling for nothing good. You're calling me for some trouble. I won't knock El Nene. Bro, I can't knock El Nene. I'm not knocking El Nene, Chambers, any of these guys. Eddie, Joe. I ain't knocking any of them. Like, you get a squad like this and inconsistencies like this and questions like this when you're not proactive. We never got here overnight to this squad. We didn't just wake up one season and we're here. This was a culmination of terrible decisions 9 times out of 10. So we're only going to get a good squad again by making a series of good decisions. You get it? Like, no matter how much business we do, we're not going to get everyone gone. And even some players I want gone, I'm even sat there and I'm like, all right, cool. Because it'd be wise that we keep a couple until next season or whatever. It needs to be a gradual phase out. We did what we needed to do in January, which should have been done in summer. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Exactly. He just moved to Atalanta. Him and Rosens, bro. Atalanta, bro. All we should be doing is going to Atalanta and Swallow, and a scout should just watch them for a year, man. Because they always get these little bookie footballers and guys that might be young players, but they haven't banged. They go there. I don't know what they put in the water in Italy, but they make them good, man. But yeah, some interesting ones, man. I know I keep saying it. Let's actually get into it right now, people, as well. Let's speak about you know what? There really isn't anything to speak about, but you lot want to speak about Gabriel trying to be an agent for Renato Sanchez. I mean, speaking of the Euros, again, we don't know if European form can correlate towards, you know, doing it at club level, but Renato's had a great season for Lille, winning the title. Off the back of that, I'm sure Lille will sell a couple, and I'm sure he's full of confidence, and I'm sure if he's offered the Premier League, having not worked out at Swansea, he would relish it again. So I'd be all for it, man. I would like Renato Sanchez. He's still relatively young. He ties in with what he wants. I can't lie, it's irrelevant, but I'm sure you all saw the Leo celebrations where he's rapping and that. I can't lie. I love to see that personality. I want that. He's strong. He'd be a good option in midfield. He'd be a good option for Partey. I wouldn't play necessarily Partey and Renato Sanchez 9 times out of 10. I would like someone with a bit more creativity, so that maybe you could go with Partey, more creative man, and Smith-Rowe, or more creative man, Sanchez, and a 10. Or, you know, I want one of that, but I wouldn't mind it. He'd still technically have resale value, but I don't know what to read into it because, you know, it's agent Gabriel. You know, this is me. You know, Gabriel loves the transfer. He took every moment to play up to the transfers for Arsenal for his move. You know, he was doing all the touch your nose or touch the water or whatever if we're signing Basuma. So hopefully we are. And, you know, Renato Sanchez, he said, come to Arsenal. I'm sure you all saw it, people. Let me actually find the article. Again, it's just it's banter, innit? It's the man them, innit? They're boys. Like, come and join Pepe and the rest of them, man. I would be come and do it. As you lot can see here, sorry, people, the tea's getting cold. I gotta back this. Oh God. All for the cause, man. That was horrible. But anyways, Jesus. Gabriel asks Renato Sanchez to join him at Arsenal with midfielder waiting for invitation. I can't lie. If I was Leo, I know they're a selling club, but I think I would be stressed. And, you know, shout out to Havertz. You must hate Muller and Werner, man. Muller managed to outdo Werner for a miss. You know you got to try really hard, man. Anyways, people, Arsenal defender Gabriel has urged Portugal midfielder Renato Sanchez to join the club. We know he was a bad boy. We know he probably joined Bayern Munich way too early. And again, he's still 22, but it feels like he's a 30-year-old and he's done a madness already. Apparently, as you lot know, well, he's been linked with Arsenal. I don't know if they're credible sources. We spoke of him. But on Instagram, 2 former teammates were busting bants. As you lot can see here, Gabriel, who's also young, and we got to remember these are young and naive people as well, has now fueled further speculation by asking the midfielder to join him in North London, with Sanchez waiting for an invitation. And as you lot can see here, a man said, come to Arsenal. And then he said, I'm waiting for your invitation. So, yeah, we need one with what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen with Joe Willock. So, Bios has left the club. Xhaka looks like he's leaving. Torreira Guendouzi looks like he's leaving. I'm sure we'd all like Renato Sanchez. And to be fair, he'd have a fellow Portuguese man joining him as well, because like you can see here, Nuno apparently has agreed a 5-year contract. Xhaka is thought to be close to Roma, as we've said, so we'll have to see what happens in that regards. When did this come out? But that's Monday, so I ain't even going to go over that again. But for what it's worth, like you could see there, people, that's that in relation to Renato. I hope it happens. I hope Agent Gabriel's on something, but I can't see it, people. It's just friends running bants, really. And I would like Sanchez. He's grit, determination at 22, with the good and bad moments, you know, winning the Euros in 2016, playing well in 2020, you know, still winning stuff at Bayern Munich, and training with them and it not working out, finding your feet at Lille, you know, not having a good best of spells at Swansea. Tammy Abraham didn't either. These sort of things, good and bad. It's like life. You've got to take the good, you've got to take the bad. In bad moments, it's never as bad. In good moments, it's never as good. And at 22, that's a wealth of experience, you know. As I keep saying, he's a veteran compared to a couple of others, you know, and then you'd have his experience, Tini's experience, Gabriel's kind of leading the experience. I think, you know, to further force the agenda, Saliba's been a leader amongst young men as well. Throw him into that. Saka, Smith-Rowe lead by example on the football field, you know, and then you've got a couple of other men as well. They're all leaders of the new school. And again, it would help. There's resale value, as I keep saying, but there's also the fact of, you know, that he's just a good player, man. Like, just sign a good player. And I don't know how much Leo would want for him. I'd hope with us signing Gabriel and Pepe, they might be able to do us a favor. And like I said, with that wealth of experience, he's got a wealth of experience to help 22-year-olds, you know. Let's be honest, Renato Sanchez could probably give a wealth of experience to and knowledge to Saka, just in terms of handling pressure. And Saka could give him some as well. So yeah, man, I'll be all for it, but I can't really see it, man. I would love it, you know. Hopefully Gabriel is asking. Hopefully these players are pressuring Arteta and Edu and saying, who's signing for this club? Bring this guy, bring that guy and whatnot. But I can't see it, man. You know, we hope and pray and hope, man. Apart from that, I don't know. I just don't know. So it is where it is in that regards, man. Let's go on. Sabitzer. Why have I got Sabitzer's name up here? Make sure you're checking out the DG merchandise as well, people. Hit the like button if you haven't. Come on, man. Appreciate everyone who's been getting that. In relation to Lokonga, again, apparently, well, where are we at now, people? Sorry. If I don't do this, it gets long, man. Very close. Let me say closer to Arsenal move, man. It's going to get long apart from that, but yeah, he's closer to the Arsenal mover. Allegedly, as you lot can see here, well, I don't know if you can actually see. Albert Sambi Lokonga is very happy Independence Day if you're Congolese out there as well. Albert Sambi Lokonga is very close to Arsenal FC. Anderlecht have struggled with a few points and commas in recent hours, but a definitive deal now seems to have been concluded. Arsenal will pay 17.5 million euros for Albert Sambi Lokonga. RSC Anderlecht can see that amount rise to 22 million through a bonus system. Meanwhile, the resale percentage also seems to be settled. The Gunners had not initially foreseen that, while the purple and white thought about 15%. According to Sky Sports, hands were shaking at 5%. Sambi Lokonga would soon pass the medical tests and sign. So yeah, man, a couple intricate parts of the dealings, and then it looks like we're gonna get our man, really and truly. That was something of my personal knowledge. Sabitzer is a man I want to see sign for Arsenal. You know, apparently 17.5 million available. So we're broke. That's us. Arsenal 1 of 3 waiting on imminent Marcel Sabitzer transfer decision. Obviously admirable, but Austria are out. So yeah, he has to decide his future. Allegedly, he will decide on his future in the coming weeks. And you know, a fellow Austrian in David Alaba left the club. Left his club, so he could be doing this, people. Oh, of course we want Belotti. Marcel Sabitzer could be set to leave RB Leipzig this summer, according to reports, with Arsenal, Roma and AC Milan all interested in the midfielder. The Austrian international will reportedly decide on his future in the coming weeks. 54 caps by Austria, played more than 200 times for Leipzig, and he played 51 times for their sister club. You know, I don't think he had the best of him, and Upamecano made some crucial mistakes in the Champions League last year, but they're doing well. They need to sell him in. At the end of the day, he's contracted until 2022, so we need to do what we need to do. Of course, he's going to be available for less than his 50 million euros, 43 million price tag. You know, arguably, maybe that could be done for half or something like that. He's very technical. He's very adaptable. You know, he's available for 14.5 million. You know, he's not the oldest of players. He's of the right age, in my opinion. What is he, 26, 27 or something like that? You know, I could be wrong, you know, slightly older. In either way, he's in peak 20s. I'm all for it, people. I am all for it. And he said, RB Leipzig doesn't have to be the only great club in my life. I'm only 26. When a contract is about to expire and is to be extended, the question always arises, will the two parties come together? But the salary is not my main focus. We could probably offer him salaries. Spurs have wanted him. When quizzed on the Premier League, he said, I can imagine it a lot. So he's keeping all thingies on the table, man, the 27-year-old. And as he should be. And I would love him to sign 27, sign into a 4-year deal. You know, with an option of an extra year. You've got him until he's 31. They are done, dusted. So yeah, sign Sabitzer. It's as simple as that, man. Simple as that. 1, 3, 2, 40. That's that. Hit the like button if you haven't, people. SMITH-ROWE agreement, as you can see here. I mean, we've got to cover that though, don't we? And yeah, man. There is a verbal agreement, as we already know, and as I already told you, allegedly. But yeah, things can change. But I wouldn't be too surprised if you see, you know, shortly after preseason confirmation over his new deal. But for what it's worth, a verbal, you know, verbal is verbal in it. In some states in America and in some ways, I guess a verbal agreement can be binding. Definitely not in football. A promise is a comfort to a fool. Verbal promises, they're nothing. If it's not in writing, it's not dotted on an I and crossed in a T, it's all was in it. So it doesn't matter, in it. We've had verbal agreements with players to sign for this club. They've done U-turns, you know. Ramsey did that with United and bust out. We've had it for people that want to stay. So it don't mean nothing. But for what it's worth, Arsenal reportedly could soon announce the renewal of Smith-Rowe's contract. Emile Smith-Rowe has a verbal agreement to sign a new contract at Arsenal, according to reports. As we know, Aston Villa have had at least 2 offers turned down. Man United allegedly want Ruben Neves now. Why is Cavani trying to go Roma? That's a madness. But for whatever it's worth, people, you know, Aston Villa have been on his case. You know, since Boxing Day, he went on to make a further 17 Premier League, playing 17 Premier League matches and make appearances. He's doing his thing. But away from all of that, though, apparently Fabrizio Romano, Mr. Here We Go, Mr. King of Tappings, and he said, oh, sorry, people, I was reading what Danny Baker has said here, but apparently say Smith-Rowe is desperate to sign a new deal. We know he loves the club. We know he wants to stay and things like that, but things can change. Like I said, as long as he can ask himself, is this the best place for my development? Is this the best manager? Can I see myself getting game time and things? Then you have nothing to worry about. But yeah, man, until I see this man holding the shirt and whatnot, it's all for grabs, it's all for keeps. There's got to be some sort of encouragement for Smith-Rowe, and things can change, man. Like allegedly, you could have a verbal agreement, as allegedly maybe the deal could have even been signed, but things can change very quickly in football, man. Pardon me. So that's that, man. That's that in relation to him. That's that. We've been through a lot here, ain't we, mate? Come, bloody hell, man. Proud of us, people. Look what we did. Shout out to you lot, man. Shout out to you lot. What else we got to say? Yeah, Ramsey shagged you lot. Bro, being an Arsenal fan means nothing, you know. Ashley Young was an Arsenal fan. You see him going ballistic when he used to play for United against us. Being a fan goes so far. DG been streaming for time, you know. Come on, Patrick. Come on. West Ham should be doing anything possible to get him to replace Lingard. Fair play. 27, yeah. To be fair, it said 26 and then went to 27, man. Fair play. Sabitzer can play as an 8, 6, 10, 7, 11. And, you know, I want him to play in his actual role first. But, yeah, man, because Arsenal, I think the lines get blurred. Camavinga or Renato, DG, Camavinga, neither are coming to this club, man. Man said returning like they were over there, man. I don't know what our budget is. We should be over 300 likes, people. You lot do the guy dirty. Where are we at in terms of likes? We're at 300. Technically, we are. Fair play, fair play. Keep pushing that one, though, people. I really appreciate it. Renato will be a big flop. Come on, man. Have a bit more confidence, man. Renato will be at Old Trafford next season playing UCL football. Hopefully, it's like this season where you went out in the group stages, man. Oh, man. Shout out to all the non-Arsenal supporters that lock in, man. I've done a video on Nuno Tavares, so go pre that one there, man. I literally call it up for you lot, but I'll give him my support, but it's one of them ones, isn't it? I'd rather get the job, really. He's better than me, but I'd rather get the job, man. They should, you know. Smith-Rowe should get that 10, but I can't lie. As much as I think he should, small part of me hopes that it's being kept vacant for someone, man. Bro, I hope he is. Well, I don't want to see man twerk, but I hope he's doing all he can to side for Arsenal, man. I really do, man. I would love to hear your answer on what is the main trait that Arsenal are looking for. What contributes to an Arteta player as much as always? Much appreciation. Nikki, I wish I had an answer for you, bro. I appreciate you answering me that. I can tell you historically what I think we should be looking at and what I believed Arteta initially was looking at, where if you play for Arsenal, you should be cultured. You should be able to pass the opposition to death. You should want the ball. You should be brave. I would hope that. But arguably, I don't know with Arteta. There's too much inconsistencies. He tells me young players and he's going for guys that are past it in cut price. So personally, I don't know. It's not even just an Arteta thing. I don't know what an Arsenal player is right now. You know, the names we're linked with, Camavinga, these guys that are not coming to the club, Locatelli, of course, them and they're Arsenal players, but actual ones that we've signed, I don't know. With respect to Lokonga and all the guys that are coming, in general, I can't see it, my guy. I'd love to give you an answer, Nikki, but I can't, man. I really can't. Want to see some signings soon. My patience and hope is running out. Donovan, probably, but yeah, man. Just leave it to happen, man. Have a bit more faith in your team, G, man. G1. We'll probably get knocked out the Champions League. All the good teams finish second this season. Hey, man, have a bit more faith, man. Have a bit more faith, broski. You never know what you might do. I had to, man. It's me and S's banner, man. He comes for Arsenal. I send for him, man. Oh, man. I like Lokonga, bro. He's got the right mentality. Like we said, there's bare little leaders now. But again, we say this about Bear, man. You know, the penny needs to drop for everyone. Everyone needs to behave, not just like a leader when the cameras are on and we have that occasional big win against Chelsea. They need to do it when we're not looking, when we're here, when I'm here waffling on YouTube and you lot are here listening and you're at work and things in the week. I need to know you're putting in the hard graft then. I need to know you're mashing in the work then. So yeah, man, like I said earlier, you know, I wouldn't mind the young leader thing with some of the players that we've signed, man. I really wouldn't mind it. I would love it, man, really, you know. Smith-Rowe, Saka leading by example. LOKONGA, you know, leads by example and, you know, gets the captain. You've got Tierney there. You have Saliba of that nature. You've got people that are young but have been forced to grow up. Renato, Sanchez, if he did sign, you know, these sort of things make sense, but is what it is, man. It is what it is. I just, yeah, man. That's just how I feel, man. Callum, I hope you're well and safe, man. To be fair with you, Mustafi and Kolasinac, they're hindsight, because all we heard about Kolasinac is, Bundesliga team of the year. I can't lie, he did look wavy in Bundesliga and he did look good in the analytical vids, you know, but he taught me never judge a book by its cover, because I thought this guy would have been a clamper, man. He's anything but. He's on trying to do roulette so that he can't defend, you know. Well, he can defend. Shout to me, defended Ozil. Mustafi, you know, Mustafi was rated, you know, Gary Neville was here waffling. For a while, Mustafi at Arsenal was actually looking quite competent, and then, do you remember there was a time we never even lost with him in the side? And then I remember he had a great game against PSG, either at home or away. And then, you know, after a while, man revealed themselves. So yeah, man, I just think they're all poor, underwhelming signings. Offered my opinions on Ramsdale. Mr. Wilson, please go and tune into the last live stream. But for what it's worth, can't really see it, man. Nothing against him, but, you know, 40 million for someone who's been relegated twice. I don't have him down as someone that can play with the ball at his feet. If they see it, if they can see what he could be at 25, 26, fair play. You know, as a football fan or as a scout or as these teams, you've got to be able to see the potential of someone before they know it. Do you get it? You know, like Henry, you know, Wenger saw he was a bit of damaged goods after his little Juventus thing. Told Henry, yo, you can be a striker. Henry didn't believe it. And look at it now. You never get it by the way he speaks. So if you're on that sort of thing, fair play, man. Is where it is. Mertesacker slept on, but I don't know for that. They're all limited. Xhaka's limited as well, bro. Xhaka can do hella bullshit. Like, hey, come on. I love Xhaka. He can pass the ball. He can do things. He can't necessarily do the basics. So, yeah, man. It is where it is, man. Last question. What are opinions on handling our young players' workloads this year? There's less games, so it shouldn't be a problem. I want these guys to play as much as possible. What I don't want to happen is an over-reliance. I don't want to see Smith-Rowe and Saka have been rested or sadly injured and we're not able to win and we're sitting there and saying it's because they're not here. I know Tierney's not exactly young-ish, but the same thing there, man. Bro, Ramsdale's a good keeper, bro. He's a good keeper, but it's like, is he significantly better than Leno? If maybe in a year or now he makes that comment look stupid, but for me as a fan, I can't say that. Is it, you know, we talk about playing out from the back. Can he play out the back? Or you can see we're going to have a problem. So you get it. So there's issues in that regards, man. But on that note, though, man, we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. This has been lovely. It's lunchtime now, though. I need to eat or I'm not going to be able to activate. Obviously, DG podcast will be out shortly as well on YouTube for all of you lot as well, people that are lazy. Shout out to everyone who got it on Spotify. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. I'll be back again, man. On that note, I'm out, man. What's said here? To be fair, you're never going to play ahead of Neuer Reddit. So hopefully Leno can sort out his Arsenal future now, because we hear a lot of stuff with him. Bro, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we betted all the faith in Leno. He said, I'm effing off. Now you're stuck with egg on your face, where if Martinez was here, you know, that's the ball player. But it would be that, innit? But yeah, man, I'm going to cut out now. Hopefully everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you're supporting on Twitch, Deluded Gooner 187. Follow me on all the socials. Instagram, if you're not going to do it, do any others. Links are in the description. Check out the DG Nation merchandise as well. And yeah, man, shameless plug of that. Let me show the website just because I like to, you know, I actually got one. And yeah, man, on that note, I'm out, man. I'm out, man. I'm out. It's been fantastic doing this with you, but yeah, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow, man.
Against this right back, Charlie.